Hello and welcome to my channel. In this lesson I'm going to show you how to navigate in Maya. Before getting started, I have to say you see three objects, three primitives, poly modeling objects within the scene, and using the second title of the workspace here, which is modeling standard. So let's get started. In order to navigate in Maya, we usually use a combination of some of the keys of the keyboard and the mouse buttons. Usually for the keyboard we use the Alt key or the Command key plus one of the mouse buttons. In this lesson, however, I'm using the Alt key. So if I hold down the Alt key and then click drag on the left mouse button, we can orbit the scene. As you see, it's very easy. Then if I hold down the Alt key and this time click drag on the right mouse button, so we can dolly. It's similar to zooming in and zooming out, but they're not the same, because within dolly we mean the position of the camera is changing. It's not exactly like zooming in and zooming out. And there's another way to do dollying, which is using the scroll wheel of the mouse. As you see, I'm using it now. It's not as smooth as the previous combination of the keys. No, it's very smooth, but when I'm using the scroll wheel, it's not that smooth. See, it's just like camera is just moving step by step. And finally is the combination of the Alt key again, and this time plus the middle mouse button. So I'm holding the Alt and using the middle mouse button, and so I can pan the scene. There is one more thing I have to mention here about this combination of the keys. You may have noticed when we were using the Alt plus the left mouse button, it's orbiting around this point, which is 0, 0, 0 of the grid. But what if we want to orbit around this object? If I click on that, it's selected, but nothing changes. So we can use some hotkeys here. The first one is F. So if I press F, it's focusing or framing on that object. And now if I'm doing orbiting, it's orbiting or rotating around this object and not the scene. And I can do that with the other object as well. And if we want to come back again to the previous position and orbiting around the scene or seeing all of the objects within the scene, we can press A key, which is all. So again, the camera is orbiting around the scene, not a single or some objects. The last thing I have to mention about how to navigate in Maya is mentioning some point about the viewport. There used to be a ViewCube within the Maya, the previous versions. It is there still, but not as a default one. So if I come to this menu and select the legacy default viewport, it's just coming on, and we can change the position of the camera again by using this ViewCube. Seeing from the top, front, left, and by clicking on this little icon, which is a home, we're just getting back to the first position or to default position of the camera. So that's it, guys, and thank you for watching.